Hi, my name is Marriage. In this video, I want to solve this equation by completing the square. First thing I'm going to do is keep the x's on one side and put the number on the other side. So I'm gonna subtract 1 from both sides. If I subtract 1 from both sides, that will leave me with 4x squared minus 10x equals negative 1. I like the coefficient on the x squared to be equal to 1. If the coefficient on the x squared isn't a 1, this trick of taking half of the number and squaring it and trying to make that a perfect square, that doesn't work quite nicely anymore. So you have to be careful about that. So we need the coefficient to be a 1 on the x squared. Well, to do that, since I'm multiplying by 4, I'm gonna divide both sides by 4. On the left side, we have to be careful because really this would be a 4x squared over 4 minus 10x over 4. On the right side, we have negative 1 over 4. Well, if I'm simplifying 4 over 4, that will give me positive x squared, and that's what I wanted. We have 10 over 4, which reduces to 5 halves. I will put the x out to the side, and then we have our negative 1 over 4. Whatever numbers in front of the x, we take 1/2 of that number. So we are gonna take 1/2 of negative 5 halves. Well, we are multiplying two fractions. So we just multiply across the top, that will give us negative 5. And on the bottom, we will get positive 4. And then we take this number negative 5 over 4 and we square it. So if we take negative 5 times negative 5, that will give us positive 25. On the bottom, 4 times 4 is gonna give us positive 16. And again, this is the number that we add to both sides of our equation. Okay, so on the left side, we got x squared minus 5 over 2x. We are gonna add 25 over 16 to the left side. On the right side, we have still got our negative 1 over 4. I'm also gonna add 25 over 16 to the right side. So again, the idea on the left side is we can write this as something squared, and we are gonna take the square root of both sides. To get the x squared, I'm gonna need a x again. Whatever, when you take 1/2 of the coefficient on the x, when we do this very first step, whatever number that is, we got negative 5 over 4. That's what's gonna go inside the parentheses, and again, you can check if you take x minus 5/4 times x minus 5/4, multiply it out. You're gonna get x squared minus 5 over 2x plus 25 over 16. On the right side, we need to get common denominators to simplify our fraction. So I would have to multiply top and bottom of the first fraction by 4. So that would give me negative 4 over 16 plus 25 over 16. So x minus 5/4 quantity squared. So we got common denominators negative 4 plus 25 will give us 21 over 16. Now I'm gonna do this step of taking the square root of the both sides. When I take the square root, I need to stick the positive and negative one side. It's always easier just to stick it where the number is. So then we have x minus 5/4 equals positive or negative square root of 21 over 16. We can break this up as the square root of 21 over the square root of the 16. I don't think we can really simplify down the square root of 21 very much. So I'm just gonna leave that part alone. But notice in the denominators we get the square root of 16, which is 4. So really I'm gonna think, well, we got x minus 5/4 equals a positive and negative 21 over 4. Now we just make our two little equations and solve. So we will have to take x minus 5/4 equals positive square root of 21 over 4, and then we are also gonna have to solve x minus 5/4 equals negative square root of 21 over 4. In both cases, we are gonna add 5/4 to the both sides. So in our first equation, we get square root of 21 over 4 plus 5/4, and you can either leave it like that, or you could write it as a single fraction. Square root of 21 plus 5 over 4, so that will be one solution to our quadratic equation. And the other, if we add 5/4, we'll get x equals negative square root of 21 over 4 plus 5/4. But again, if you want, you could write this as a simple fraction, negative square root of 21 plus 5 over 4, and then that would be your other solution. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe my channel for more exciting videos.